What is up, my dogs? So today we're kicking it so old school. If you watch my channel from the very beginning, which is only quite a handful of people, I used to be obsessed with fishing docks with artificial shrimp right here. That's what we're starting to do today. At least that's what we're gonna start off with. We have a sponsor for today's video, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, I'd like to see if we can pull some snook or redfish out from underneath some docks. There's a fish. That was quick. Second cast in the morning. Oh my Lord. You ready for this stud? Okay. Well, that was literally my second cast. Like, I finished that intro and Chelsea put the camera down and this little baby ate. That is not at all the size of fish we're looking for, but this means one thing. Today can only go up from here. You never know. Give him some time. He may be a 40-incher one day. There's a fish. Little snook again. Whew. All right, hooked up again. Okay. All right, hooked up again. It's been about probably 20 minutes since the first fish. That happened in like 2 seconds. Another little peen snook right here. But this is kind of the deal when you're fishing artificial shrimp, is that you catch a lot of fish like this. Okay, you can just go on your merry way. He was ready to get out of here. All right, you catch a lot of fish like that, but you can catch some very, very good fish on artificial shrimp that you would be like shocked. And so it's more of a numbers game. It's like, I think a good comparison would be bass fishing throwing a finesse worm. You catch a ton of small fish throwing a finesse worm, but you might whack an 8-pounder throwing an 8-inch finesse worm. You never know. And that's kind of how throwing a shrimp is as well. The little fish are really eating a ton of them, but there's nothing stopping a big giant fish from slurping down an artificial shrimp. That was good. He frayed me up quite a bit. We're gonna retie and keep throwing and hopefully find that bigger fish. Holy jeez! Oh, that was like a 40-pound jack that just ate a mullet in front of our boat. Sweet Lord Almighty. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, well, I was sitting there retying my shrimp and the Armageddon of a 40-pound jack crevalle just came and ate in front of our boat here. That's nice. That's real nice. Oh, I just popped them off right there instantly. Hey, ate right behind that huge oyster corner.
I never wanted you guys to.
Hey, yo. That was pretty cool. I threw that over the back side of an oyster bar right there and just ripped it over the top of it, and he basically ate it right when it dropped. This is fun. This is not like, we haven't caught any big fish yet. I mean, we saw the Armageddon overlord of jack crevalles, but we haven't found the big fish on the artificial shrimp. But we've been catching a lot of fish. I mean, we've only been throwing for 30 minutes or so, and oh, and there she blows. There he goes. That's all right. That's okay. This has been good. I think we have a chance of really picking out a good fish if we keep to this pattern. We're doing well. I mean, very, very good consistency at least. All right, so all we're doing here is just slowly cruising along a dock line, skipping these scrimp. And I'll kind of show you the down low of what's going on here. So a skip cast is definitely the most effective way to get underneath docks, and all you're doing is almost like side arming like you would be skipping a rock. And so just really sharp flicks. And it takes time. It takes practice. You got to work on it. Don't be frustrated if right away you can't skip cast beautifully. It just takes time. All we're doing, cruising, skipping, and we're letting that shrimp settle all the way down to the bottom and being nice and patient with it, and then just slowly hopping it off the bottom. It can be slow sometimes, but when the bite's good, it's good. And occasionally it's just little fish, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have a cast up under there and you're gonna be flicking it and you're gonna get thump and set the hook, and you're gonna be like, oh crap, I'm in trouble. Okay, we have moved over to a bridge and we're gonna see if we can find some actually big fish. And that brings me to who our sponsor for today's video is, and that would be Deeper Sonar. Now, if you don't know what Deeper is, very cool sonar unit that is portable. So you can use it from the bank, you can use it from a kayak, and you can use it from a boat like we're doing today. Originally, the plan was going to go out in the micro skiff and use it to try to fish for some tarpon, but it's just a little too windy to go out in the micro skiff today. So we're doing something kind of really unique with it. My sonar unit on my boat doesn't have side scan. So what we're gonna do is throw the sonar up around the bridge pilings and mark and see if we can mark any fish underneath the pilings here. And so all the sonar, how this works, we're gonna throw it up. And now check it out. So right now it should start reading here underneath the bridge in a second. It is 8 feet underneath the bridge right there. And we can see the contours of the bottom, and we're just gonna reel it straight. And this will let us know what the bottom looks like underneath the bridge and right along the pilings, where normally I'm not gonna be able to get that close to the pilings and mark them and see what's happening down there. That's very interesting too, to know that there's a drop off underneath at the end of the bridge right here. This is gonna be really, really helpful. We're gonna make a few casts up underneath the bridge, probably quite a handful of casts underneath this bridge, and see what we can mark with our deeper here. And then once we do that, bust out the live mullet or some artificials and see if we can get on some fish. It's a good divot right there. There's about a 3-foot drop and a ledge right there, right in the middle of the bridge. That is very, very interesting. It's pretty cool. We're marking a lot of like seaweed and debris floating through the bridge as well. We've marked a few mullet, I assume is what they are. They've been really small marks and like a bunch of them at once, but very cool. I think we just marked what looks like a school of mullet swimming right through here. It's good stuff. There's the fish. There's the fish. Oh. It doesn't feel huge, but awesome. Fish under the bridge after we did a little bit of marking. I was literally that was my second cast. I was just about to say, we've done some marking with our deeper underneath the bridge and we marked some fish, so let's see if we can catch some of them. And I picked up the spinning rod, threw it under there a few times, and what do you know? Snook on the back end of it. Not a monstrous one, but I'm happy. I kind of have a big heart for fishing for fish underneath bridges because they fight super hard like this. I promise I know what I'm doing. Hey guy, don't be so rude. My friends, it's a great little snook. Boom, beautiful, probably like 24 inch or 25. Not a shabby fish. It was really cool throwing the deeper under there, marking some stuff, and then throwing up and whacking a fish. Awesome. Got a boat coming up behind us. We will release this boy and get back under. Awesome. All right, we have retied. We are back fishing underneath the bridge. Hopefully we can whack 1 or 2 more fish before we call it an afternoon. It's been good so far, you know, no huge fish, but we've been, oh, I just got bit right there. Dang it, dang it, dang it. No huge fish, but we've been catching some numbers. Maybe one of these fish will turn into a bigger boy. All right, I've talked about it a little bit before here and there, but I'll kind of break down what we're doing on this bridge here. So we've positioned ourselves down current, downstream, however you want to phrase it. So the current is coming towards us right now. And the reason I like to do that, one, is your bait's gonna drift more naturally. Small bait fish aren't super strong, so they kind of just go wherever the current pushes them. So what happens is whatever direction the current's flowing, a snook or a redfish or a fish that likes to sit still as an ambush predator, it's gonna sit their head facing into the current because one, water's just gonna be flowing through their gills really nicely, getting them nice and pumped up and oxygenated, but they're basically waiting for bait fish to be funneled into them. And that's why bridges work so well, is because these snook and reds are sitting on the back sides of these pilings in a lot of cases and using the pilings as current breaks, and they're getting inside the eddies so they don't have to work hard to swim and kick against it, but the water's flowing right through their gills and the bait is being pushed right to them. And so your job as a fisherman is to imitate a bait fish that is being pushed through the pilings right towards them, waiting to get munched on. Now, certain times, you know, right now it's 2 in the afternoon. I don't expect the fish to be really high pressed in the water column. You never know. But right now we're fishing on the bottom. But there's certain times of the day, especially like during the night, the fish tend to rise up a little bit and they're coming up. So you got to kind of figure out for yourself, okay, where are these fish sitting? Where are these eddies? Where are the current breaks? And where are they positioned in the water column right now? You can catch a lot of fish. You just got to do a little bit of science and math, I guess, if you want to call it that, and figure out where they are. But that's some of the tips to get to them, I guess. We are slowly winding things down here. In my hand have a bait buster. This is something I haven't thrown in a long time. I used to be like a fiend about these things. I've caught some 40+ inch snook on these bad boys and a lot of good fish. I haven't thrown one in a long time. So, opened up the tackle box looking for something different, saw that, and I thought, what the heck? We're about to close things down here, maybe fish for another 10-15 minutes, and then we're gonna close out the day. And that right there will be the last cast of the afternoon. It's been a good day, you know, whack some small fish. I'd like to say what we did today was like the finesse fishing of saltwater. You know, when we're fishing those docks, we're throwing those little 3-inch shrimp, and you know, for people who bass fish a lot, that's, like I said earlier, it's like throwing a shaky head or a finesse worm, something really, really small and simple where you can catch a lot of fish. Some of them will be small, but you can catch some big fish doing it too. We didn't find those big ones, but if you guys watch my videos for a long time, you know we can catch some pretty good sized fish on those small little baits. And then to be able to come to a bridge right here, do a little bit of marking with the deeper sonar, and then whack a fish on the terrorize, that was pretty cool. Big thank you to Deeper for sponsoring this video. Big thank you to you guys for watching this video. I appreciate the heck out of you. If you are not subscribed to the channel, you should go click that link below, and that will keep you up to date whenever I post a video. I appreciate you guys so much. Until the next one, peace.